All right, so I know this video is probably gonna have a lot of controversy in it, but this is just my honest opinion on what I feel like is the overall top 10 units that came out this year. Now I'm pretty sure some people are gonna be having a lot of you know, things to discuss in the comments about my rankings. I had people in Discord also have some discussion on my rankings as well, so it's all right. It's all right if you feel like you disagree, but I want to let you guys know that I am a PvP channel, so the most of my basic, like my analysis, is going to be based on PvP contribution, stuff like that. Like if I see this unit in PvP, am I going to be afraid of this unit? All right, and it could be a little bit sucky for support types of units, so I can honestly understand that. And I want to base everything on, like, also with holy relics and their team comp as well, their best team comp, just because, let's be honest, like if I'm gonna do everything based on PvP, I want to do it at their pretty much their best. So don't be too upset by my rankings. And I also want to do a little bit of having like PvE contribution as well in it, just so you can really see like, yo, this unit is actually was like a top 10 unit. So the unit that I wanted to put in the 10th spot is going to have a lot of controversy, but because I added holy relics, it makes sense a little bit. And that unit is pretty much going to be Christmas Lilia. Now, like I said before, there's gonna be some controversy on this, but seeing Christmas Lilia in PvP, she's just so dominant. Like right now, she just like it is just crazy how good she is, man. Like I'd be so scared of seeing her in PvP nowadays. Hopefully that she doesn't go first. If you don't know her passive, for 70 catastrophe allies, inflict additional damage equal to 10% of the hero's max HP when using single target attacks. Inflicts additional damage equal to 7% of the hero's max HP when using all target attacks. And this unit, literally, if they go first, they literally just one-shot you. The team you want the basis on is either like a Kyo King team or something along the side of Kyo with Zelchus in the back. Now I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I wanted Zelchus be in a 10th spot, but because I added holy relics into this, I had to definitely have her in the top 10. Like, all right, so for the next one that I wanted to do, number 9, it's gonna be a little interesting to see this, but I'm not gonna lie, this is the character that I also thought was the comeback character of the year, and that is Cusack as being number 9. I don't know what it is, but this guy is a beast. His passive is very good. If a critical strike does not occur when a damaged ally uses a single target skill on an enemy, inflicts additional damage equals to 40% of the enemy increased max HP in PvP, activates when entering the battle. And this guy has been absolutely, he's been a great unit in PvP. At the beginning, he wasn't like, people thought he was like some sort of like hard skip and stuff like that, but as the time came, more and more he became like one of the more unit to sought out for, you know, one of the units you want mostly, because honestly he just got shafted in a way because he was in like a double fast banner, and everyone chose Margaret because Margaret was a unit that got buffed up super heavy and was one of the best units, and people just left this man in the dust. But he was just incredible when using him, especially when it became, instead of being Margaret, it became like more so Bond meta, and he just been like pretty much so useful, and he's still super good right now in PvP. This guy is just, honestly, he's just a beast. And that's why I say he's one of the comeback characters next to like Zelchus, because no one really wanted to summon for him. People thought Margaret was going to be the meta, and which she was the meta for a while. And Cusack has been like pretty much lasting in time, even though he got shafted pretty heavily with the double fast banner. And he just been really good in PvP and also in some PvE content as well. People definitely have used this man for the bird. So number 8, I don't know how to say about this, but number 8 is going to be Hijack Gowther for me. Honestly, it's so hard to tell if this man ever going to come back into like PvP meta heavy. It's not like it's, for me, it feel like he never had like a hold onto PvP meta really. It always seemed like there was also like a way to counter this guy pretty hard. Like I remember he was so good against Margaret, but then Margaret players just started running Chandler to just debug disable him, and it was just so hard to use this man Hijack Gowther in PvP. But I feel like he does have his moments where if you have a really good invested unknown team, He can really be super good. Him with like Amelia and stuff like that. This dude just such a beast, and I really do enjoy using this character. I guess the thing that shot at him the most was that he was in like Purgatory bomb meta in a way, because Purgatory bomb was still heavy in PvP, so he wasn't as good as people thought he would be. I'm assuming next year you can really see the value in this Gowther. It's just that because he reduces your amount of rank ups, and rank ups has been very good right now in PvP, it's really hard to tell if Gowther is good or not. Also, you gotta talk about his ult damage and stuff like that, where he's able to delete all cards, but I feel like his damage output is very low, especially if you don't have like max out dupes for him. Even 6 out of 6 it feel like it's underwhelming in a way, but I have to give this man an 8th spot for what he done in PvP, stopping like skills and stuff like that, being even in like most toxic teams when they do go first. All right, so the next one's gonna be the 7th spot, and this is gonna be kind of, I guess this is gonna be like my bias speaking right now, but I feel like 7th place deserves to be True Seeker Merlin. Honestly, I didn't really think of much about her when she came out, because she was on like a banner next to what, yeah, she was with Ellie Hawk, which Ellie Hawk has been very good in Guild Wars, honestly. So I feel like this banner has been very good. It's just that no one really understood that how good this unit would be until we started playing more and more PvP. I guess the reason why Merlin was then as good as people think is that because Margaret still exists and people were just able to cleanse and stuff like that. But as Margaret decided to like decline a little bit more in PvP, I can definitely see the value that True Seeker Merlin provides for her passive, allowing her to, if the hero uses 2 skills during the ally's turn, applies effect on an enemy which disables attack skills for 1 turn. If using 3 skills, applies an effect will prevent ultimate mood gauge for filling for 2 turns. And most units right now in PvP are attack based, like Keo, King, the One Escanor, Gowther even. So Merlin has been very good at attack stealing and stuff like that. I guess the thing with True Seeker Merlin is that I don't think too many people went too deep on her. She has a very strong ultimate. I have to give her credit for that one. They decrease HP related stats and stuff like that. That is super good. All right, so the person I wanted to put in the 6th spot might be a person who can go a little bit higher than you expect, maybe in the top 5, and that's gonna be Amelia, which she did come out this year. Amelia, let's be honest, super toxic unit. What can we say? When a hero attacked by the same enemy 2 or more times during the enemy turns, remove debuffs from allies and freeze that enemy for 2 turns. She also got a freeze, debuff, decree, like she got debuffs right there, and then she has Lost Vein, Secret Technique, Ultimate. This unit has just been toxic. Let's be completely honest. Like there's not much to say about Amelia. It's just that she's toxic. When you see her in PvP, you just know you're gonna be in there for a long time, and you gotta pray that she doesn't freeze you the most time in PvP. All right, and that ultimate is just super strong. This unit just been like just hectic PvP and also PvE content as well. She also good for guild boss for it's a sword one if I'm not mistaken. She's good for that one. Just a really good unit. All right, so for the 5th spot, I feel like this character deserves the credit, and that is going to be the Festival Merlin. She definitely deserves to be in the top 5, just lasting the test of time in meta. I remember back in the day, like, yo, people thought she was going to be like a hard skip, be underwhelming, because she had a bad showcase in JP/KR, where they think they was facing out against Glue Eater, and Glue Eater won against her, and she just had one of those bad showcases, and people thought she was just gonna be a hard skip. And that was until we got the ReZero banner, where we saw that, yo, she is a beast. With ROM in the back increasing unknown characters base stats by 20%, we just saw how deadly she can be in PvP with her power strike and also infect, making a little bit bearable. Actually, I'd probably say, like, yo, meta was a lot more balanced than you'd think in PvP when Merlin and them came out. It was very much balanced. I guess the only thing I also had to give her credit for is pretty much destroying Great Demon. I remember Hell Mode used to be one of the hardest difficulty, or not the hardest but slowest one to do. Like, people used to have the method like what it was like going for Jericho ult rush and stuff like that, spamming that with Green Liz, and now it just pretty much Merlin can just auto it with like power strikes and stuff like that. So that's how good she has been, especially in PvE content. She also good for the guild boss on the hell mode for the Belgius. Yeah, Belgius with the triple sword. Very good in that as well. There's not much to say about it, man. Like, she's just so good. I'll be up to the 4th spot. Now, I want you guys to guess who's going to be the top 3 units. It's going to be a little bit surprising who I thought would be deserving of the 4th spot. And the ones I decided to be the 4th one is going to be the One Escanor. Now, Escanor, let's just say this man has been a menace in PvE and PvP content, making everything pretty much seemingly easy. I have to say, like, the only reason why I included the One Escanor into like 2021 is because on global he did come out in 2021. JP, it was 2020 when Amelia and Escanor came out. So that's the only reason why I wanted to include this guy into it, because I know a lot of global people are going to see this as well. So this is the only reason why I include this guy. He applies 1 buff effect which increases all stats by 6% at the start of ally's turn. When there are 3 stacks of this effect, the hero removes debuffs and gain debuff mini for 1 turn. After that, the stack buffs are removed one by one until only 1 effect is left, adding buffs to stack again. This guy, let's be honest, he was just a menace in PvP when he first came out with the Gowther team. I feel like I can't say that he was the menace of the team. I feel like Goddess Elizabeth, she was more of the menace, because she was just so toxic on a team, and Escanor was just like the like you know, the aggressor, just the one who was doing the most damage on the team. I feel like the Gowther comp deserved to be credited more to Liz than Escanor, but Escanor was just a menace, just being able to one-shot people, and also having one of the strongest ultimates at that time, being inflicting depth damage and having 1,000% multiplier, and having the 6 out of 6 was 100%. So you hit somebody with 300k damage, the next person was going to get hit with 300k damage with that ultimate. He also had his Holy Relic, which the hero ignores 30% of the enemy defense when it uses skills in PvP. I honestly think this Holy Relic is pretty trash and just a CC pusher, but I guess you can see it's some value since it ignores 30% of defense. I would rather it be defense related stats, but I guess defense is something to, I guess, take account for, making him one of the high CC units in game. Like I said before, PvP and PvE content he just been destroying as well. But I feel like the other top 3 has also had a lot more present in PvE and PvP content. That's going to kind of fail off a little bit in this year in terms of like being in PvP. He's usually just a CC pusher or something like another 3rd slot to use on certain teams. I can't really say he has as much PvP presence as he did once upon a time. All right, so let's go to the top 3. Let's see if you guys guessed the right thing for top 3. And the 3rd unit that I wanted to put is Margaret. I feel like Margaret is still a very present PvP unit. During our time, that gold buff stuff was like super annoying to deal with in PvP. Like I said before, even when Festival Gowther, who was like supposed to like the counter to her, came out, people just used like Chandler to just counter the Gowther to stop him debuffing, and still just gold buff spamming either way. So I have to give her credit for that, just being super good. She increases the goddess allies base stats by 8% every time an ally uses a stance or buff skill. She was also featured in many other teams like the stance team. You also had what other team she was with? I guess stance team is probably the most recognized one, or goddess team. Like she was just that good and dominant. I feel like right now she also can be a little bit good. I feel like unfortunately a lot of king teams, they don't really use her. I feel like Keo King is still a lot better, but I still see Margaret King teams most of the time in PvP still. Like I said before, it's still Keo is a lot better, but Margaret still is present in PvP. In PvE content, what can we say, guys? She's just a god in PvE content, being one of the most used unit in the bird. I'd probably say she's one of the most used one, if not the 2nd most used unit for the bird, being able to clear it easy. She's just that good. Yeah, she's just a beast. And then her ultimate is super strong. It's a Sever ultimate, and on 6 out of 6 it blocks all enemy skills effects. including those of ultimate moves and also decrease damage dealt with ultimate move damage by 30% for 2 turns. That ultimate is just disgusting when on 6 out of 6. A buff card used to. The thing with Margaret is that her buff card used to be super trash. Like, it was so like specific and stuff like that. And then they buffed it to this, where it's absolutely was so annoying to deal with in PvP. Because like if a person had a gold buff first turn, you would just forfeit instantly, just forfeit. Because there was no point of playing the match out because how disgusting this gold buff was. It was just so annoying to deal with until like Purgatory Bond and stuff like that got holy relics, and then you seen less people trying to use the Margaret gold buff method. Now the second one I feel like deserves to be in the second place, and I had a lot of bit of arguments with people when talking about this, because when I was making this list I was thinking like overall contribution this year in terms of PvP and a little bit of PvE, even though I'm not a PvE person, so don't expect my PvE takes to be the best. I had a little bit of arguments about these two, and I had to honestly, because I added holy relics, honestly had to put King in second. I know this is crazy, but when people talked about like, yo, Bond dominance, it was like unmatched. He's also still super good at PvP with Bond if you have like a really built out Bond team with Terry. This guy has been having, oh my god. But King, he's definitely a second best in terms of dominance. When the hero uses a skill, increase damage dealt to enemy by 30%. Around all allies equal to 50% of damage dealt for 1 turn. Decrease damage taken by 100% and increase damage dealt by 25%. This guy has Power Strike AoE, Sever AoE. He also has cancel debuff, ultimate, and cancel debuffs and buffs on enemies. Every buff cancel an enemy increases damage received by 2% for 1 turn. Inflicts damage equals to 40% attack on all enemies. This guy, he's just a beast. I can't lie. He's just a beast. But I feel like his dominance is not that as great as King, as Bond's, just because Bond, dude, you can't even do anything in PvP. It's very easy to counter this guy. Like, all you have to do is just go first, or you know, you run dodge food and then you attack still this man crazy, and you pretty much can't do nothing about it. But Bond, that man is just a menace. I know it's gonna be a lot of debate on it, but that man dominance was crazy this year. And I have to give him credit. He's very good for a lot of PvE activities. And he also is, which you can expect, very good in PvP as well. But if you're talking about overall this year, I have to give it to Bond, which I'm about to put this man up right now. All right, there you go, man. The man himself, Bond. This man was just so disgusting this year. He went through like, he died, came back again, and then died again, and came back right back. All right, this dude is just immortal for real. I remember Bond used to be so dominant in PvP where people just pretty much complaining like, yo, we can't do anything. He's so tanky. He does so much damage. This is gonna be the end of the game. And he had one of the best banners where he had that Fever banner, which included a lot of like holiday seasonal characters, which pretty much worth it. This banner was super good. If you don't know, actually you probably already know, man. I don't need to repeat this passive. All right, this dude is a menace. Being able to and then when they had the holy relics on his team, he came even more strong, because when the holy relics didn't exist and Margaret came out, Margaret used to just absolutely clap Bond teams. For the most part, you had to be really lucky with Bond if you was gonna be able to beat a Margaret player, and you had to make sure you had the 6 out of 6 ultimate as well to get that rupture effect. And then when holy relics came out, you could see Bond was just still dominant Margaret players back to back to back. This dude just a beast. Whole man. And then fast Gowther came out, still dominant. It's just so many units that this man was just beating up on. It all came into like King to at least bring this man down a bunch, because most people just decide, yo, instead of me using Purgatory Bond and struggling trying to beat King teams, why not just use King myself? And you see less and less people are using Bond team. Not to say Bond can't beat a King player. If they have like a Terry, If you're using like Bond with Terry, you definitely can beat a king player. The thing with Bond, if I can honestly say, is that most people just want the easy wins, so they're gonna go with king. If you're gonna use Bond, you have to make sure he's 6 out of 6 holy relics on his full team, especially on Arthur and Terry. Twiggo, you have to really invest in this guy if you want to try to make him work right now in PvP against other kings. And that's why I can honestly say he is still a very, very good team or unit. You also can throw him up in the back as well as a CC push unit, or he actually can make some comebacks too in the back as well. In PvE, he's just a beast. I use this man all the time to like farm story, and also I also seen this man be useful in the bird as well, so he has some use there. I have to say, man, this unit, Purgatory Bond, definitely the top unit that came out 2021, and I can't wait to see what people or units that come out in 2022 next year, because if this is something like Bond, man, I have to say good luck to the PvP base. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video with me talking about Bond. Hopefully you guys don't argue too much about my list. This is just my opinion, what I think is the top 10 units that came out this year. Like I said before, there are some units I thought was pretty okay that came out this year. Like I have to say, like Zeldris, and I guess you can say Osomo Meliodas are two that are good, and Chandler, of course. Chandler, Zeldris, and Osomo Meliodas definitely could have been in top 10 if there wasn't like holy relics into it. But other than that, again, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to let me know, guys, what you think was the top 10 units that came out this year. I can't wait to see you guys argue in the comments about my list. You know, I guess I tried my best to talk about the PvE aspect of people. Maybe some people had more worth in PvE than others, like King, you can probably say, had more PvP worth than Bond, so he deserves to be number 1. But I feel like PvP presence, Bond was absolutely a beast this year. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe again to the channel. This is Merlin, guys, and I'm out. Peace.